Hey, welcome back to another episode of It's a Football Thing. As always, I'm your host, RJ, and I'm joined by my fellow co-host and champion mates, Scott the Gooner and Rob the Red Devil. How are you, gentlemen?
Doing well.
Good to
Very
hear,
good,
Robbie.
boys. Very good. Yeah, I was actually thinking it's our first trifecta of the year. All three of us got a W this week, so big thumbs up. I should be happy.
Absolutely.
Happy pod.
Gunners off the mark,
feel
Scotty.
somewhat responsible.
Yeah, really.
It's my team that's been letting
You're
us down.
finally pulling your weight. The poor Gunners are off the mark. But yeah, business as usual for us Blues, and great to see those in a live chat. Always buzzing.
Yeah, absolutely. Welcome. We got Tom here. He's here for the Ronaldo chat and FPL chat. Oh, I can't wait to see what Tom's got to say. Davide, good evening. And we got Daniel here. Daniel, great supporter of the show. My man, concierge of crime, my Milky Lane brother. Welcome. Boys, what a week of Premier League football. And I know we've just had a couple more slide in as well. Ben, Sibian, welcome, boys.
G'day,
What a
gents.
week of Premier League football. I actually thought there were some cracking games this week. And I thought we might start tonight just by talking about some of the big results. And to do that, I'm going to share my screen so that we can see what's out there, because there's too many to remember. I feel like it was a really long round. Perhaps, boys, we start with that one at the top. I'm just going to zoom in for all the people at home. I'm hoping my uncle's in the chat tonight. Crystal Palace, Patrick Vieira, holy moly, Spurs, they copped it. What did you make of that result, Robbie?
Well, we've been saying in previous weeks that they were top of the table before international break, but they haven't really played anyone worth talking about. They haven't really impressed us. They've been a bit lucky in some of their games. And look, I don't think I wasn't expecting this result this week. I was expecting something when they come up against someone a bit more bigger. But they were dominated, man. Crystal Palace dominated them throughout the game, even before the red card happened. They were all over him, and then once the red card came, 3 goals. The next minute, within like 20 minutes, 3 goals and shut the gates, man. But Palace deserved that win, man. And what a debut for the Edouard, a brace off the bench as well. So 2 nice finishes. And just quickly, while I'm here, I'm apologizing to Tom. He was the one that said I made him draft out his Zaha, and Zaha of all weeks comes up with a goal and assist. So I apologize, Tom. That's my fault, mate. I'll take that on the chin.
Tom, my heart's absolutely bleeding for you, mate. I'm gutted. For me, I think obviously I've got a vested interest being an Arsenal fan. Love seeing Spurs lose. Love seeing an Arsenal legend win as a manager. Now, Patrick Vieira, for me, came in and he copped I wouldn't say he copped stick, but everyone was kind of out there saying he's the first one to get the sack. And he's come through. He hasn't set the world on fire. But that Crystal Palace side, to me, look far more resilient. They're all running. They've brought in, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but Edouard from Celtic. What a great debut for him.
Yeah, what a finish.
Arsenal will link to. But Patrick Vieira, looking good. I know it's early, but that they're fighting, and that's all you can ask for from your team. Just fight. You know what I mean? RJ, what do you think? Is he still the first man sacked?
No chance, mate. That belongs to your club, but we'll get to that. In all seriousness, look, we all had our doubts, but I don't know. I think I said it in the preseason when we loaned and sold a few of our players there, and we said, I'm going to be really paying a lot of attention to Palace, because forget Conor McGregor. We got the real Conor Gallagher. What a player he's becoming, hey? Starting off a bang, like Ben said here. And this is not just a one-game wonder. Remember, he had a great game against West Ham last week, and he's backed it up again this week. And obviously, we've sold our up-and-coming defender, Mark Yehi, which he played a fantastic role in keeping Spurs nice and quiet here. So, Vieira's slowly sprinkling his magic dust on his new Palace side. And all of a sudden, now they had that draw against West Ham. They racked up a good win against the then league leaders. I'm not saying they're going to go and move the world or anything, but credit to them. They are starting to improve significantly given the dust-up we gave them in the opening stages.
100%. And there's a good comment here in the live chat from TK Hazard. Palace dominated the whole 90, even before the red. Vieira's men played well.
How bad was that Tanganga thing? I had to jump in. How crazy was that whole scenario?
Loose cannon, mate. So stupid.
It's just, it's one of them things hopefully they learn from, right? But I mean, look, just to kind of wrap that up, great to see Spurs lose. And Patrick Vieira, one to watch because he's instilled some fight in that Palace team. I know it's only early, but to me, sometimes the most important trait you can have on the pitch is the will to fight and work. So they certainly did that. What's wrong, Robbie?
No, I was just reading a comment from the Conscious of Crime. Love it.
I'm not even giving him...
But you know what?
I'm not even giving him the spotlight. I'm in control of the live chat tonight.
You brought up a good point, Scott. Sorry, just about the intangibles of what the players can show on the field. And if you can start seeing the right characteristics there, then at least you know that they're swimming in the same direction. But the key takeaway I've gotten from Crystal Palace so far, and Patrick Vieira specifically, is that they've continued to incrementally improve each week. So there's something going right in that sort of area. So quite keen to see if is this just like Spurs, is this a bit of a smoke and mirrors act, or is this actually something that's sustainable? So it's yet to be determined, but credit to him and his Palace side. Absolutely.
Look, quickly we'll move from one part of London to another team from London. My boys, we got our first points. It's nice to see there's no negative Arsenal comments in the chat. Not that I can see anyway. But you know what? We needed those points. They were... I know there's the old cliche that teams need to treat a game as if it's a cup final. That was a cup final because at home, I honest to God feel that had we not walked out of that stadium with all 3 points, it would have gone into absolute meltdown. Absolute meltdown. We started really well, which has been a theme in all of our games. Even against Chelsea, for maybe the first 6 or 7 minutes, we started really well. We played a good 20 minutes at the start, but that common theme of utilising the possession in attacking areas. We're still floating in crosses, just kind of hoping, and we don't have a striker that's equipped to be finishing those. So it was nice for me to see Aubameyang score. I know that I can see Daniel said it's a lucky goal. Mate, there's no such thing as luck. If you took away lucky goals from every team, the table would look very different at the end. So you make your own luck. I always say that. And for once, we put it in. So a good 3 points, but we need some more. We certainly need some more than that. Hopefully we kick on. I don't know if either of you had anything you wanted to add on that. If not, I'm ready to move on.
No, just quickly, look, I think, like you said, Borgia, I think the result, the important thing was the result, not the performance, because you said, you guys needed the 3 points. For the amount of attack you guys have, I was surprised it wasn't a little bit more, if I'm being honest. And I know the other guy made a few saves and stuff, but considering that the week before, City put 5, Liverpool put 3, and with at home, I did think you guys were going to put a few more goals. But like I said, at the end of the day, you guys got the 3 points and a clean sheet. So you're off the mark.
Yeah, and that's what we needed.
Yeah, that's right. Look, I agree with you, Rob. Should have been more, but given the state of confidence Arsenal are at, they're a shaky robot at the moment. The fact that they got the win, I'm sure 1-0 or 10-0, it's all the same because 3 points is 3 points. Looking at the statistics, 30 shots, 7 on target.
Yeah.
At least they thoroughly dominated them, and which is what you expect. Let's be frank about it. But yeah, as you said, 3 points. Can they back it up again against Burnley, or it's Burnley, isn't it, that they've got next?
Yeah, but Burnley, it's they're not an easy team to play. I know Everton had a good result this morning against them, but Burnley will kick you up and down the park, and they did it this morning. They're a very overly physical, borderline grubby team, and they're going to do the same to Arsenal. So they better have their big boy boots on. Couple of comments from the live chat, and while you're in there, please make sure you get those likes to double digits. We do have double digits watching live, so we need to get those likes up. Come on, guys. helps our content get seen by new people, and we're getting so much closer to 400, which has been a personal goal for us three. Here we go. I'll chuck it up because I'm a nice guy. I'm just going to flick through some of these. Bit of nice banter there from some of the boys. Ben, I agree, mate. Good that we did keep a clean sheet. Daniel, we spoke about this one. Make your own luck, my man. Legs Rooney, did Arsenal release a grey shirt? You know what, to be honest, I almost forgot that we were streaming tonight. So by the time I realised, I had to kind of flip over, get on the laptop. I didn't have time to get a jersey, but not a bad shade of grey. It looks good on me. Let's move on. RJ, your boys, Chelsea, good, strong performance. Talk us through it.
Yeah, well, look, to be honest with you, it's you, Rob, you said it before, result was greater than performance. And I'll say it again about us. 3-0, it flattered to deceive, to be honest with you. I thought for large portions of that match, Aston Villa really took it to us, and particularly after we went up 1-0. So the goal, very smartly taken. What a dribble, acceleration by a Croatian sensation, Mateo Kovacic. And that through ball was very Cesc/Lampard-esque with that through ball. And the touch, the turn, the right foot finish, very class from a striker at the peak of his powers. But full credit to Dean Smith in his Villa side, because they refused to be beaten. And if it wasn't for Spider Mendy in goal and Thiago Silva with a goal line block, basically, they could have easily equalised and taken a goal into half time. But Tuchel does what he does best with his supreme analysis of the game, took out Saul, who made his debut, was very much off the pace, which is to be expected because he hasn't had the best 12 to 18 months. But it's good for him to get some minutes in his legs. Came off for our regista, concierge of crime knows what I'm talking about, Mr. Jorginho. And as soon as he came on, he's like such metronomic sort of player. He just connects the dots. We got the second goal right at the as we saw with Kovacic. We dinked the keeper, and then at the end, Lukaku, second shot of his game, second goal. That's the difference between us last year and this time round. We're efficient. We look serious. Wasn't a great performance, but still won 3-0. That's a team that's going to be pushing for higher honours.
100%. Robbie, I don't know if you had any thoughts on Chelsea's performance.
No, look, mate, I think RJ wrapped that up perfectly. Just a balanced and a truthful analysis of the game, and I completely agree with him. I think Villa in that first half should have went in on top. I think they dominated the first half, and I think Mendy was Superman in that half. But then, like I said, this game is all about scoring goals, and mate, Lukaku was clinical, 2 shots, 2 goals, and like I said, I think the key word of this round for a few teams was flattered, because if we're moving on to us, I could nearly say similar. There was the score 4-1, and there was a flattering score. And like I said, if I'm going to be honest, it was a very different game compared to the Wolves. The Wolves game, we got dominated and we got the goal that we needed to win. It was a bit of a smash and grab. This one here, I think we still dominated the whole game, but Bruce and Newcastle came to frustrate, and that's exactly what they've done for majority of the first half. They're pretty much 10 men behind the ball, and we're just playing. We're trying to play tiki-taka outside our box. And like I said, to be honest, I actually had in the first half, they had probably 1 or 2 of the better chances. Nothing clear-cut, but they definitely had, I think we didn't get our first shot on target to nearly half an hour in. And then, like I said in my match reaction, the goal from Ronaldo on the 46th minute was massive, just to change the game, to go into the sheds at halftime with that 1 goal up was, I think, a big game changer, considering that if they wanted to do something or get a result in the game, they would have had to come out and attack, which they did. And, the goal was coming and they got the equaliser. But the good thing about having someone like Ronaldo on the pitch compared to last season is I felt confident that we still had goals and we could still go around and get a win. And then, like 5-6 minutes later, Luke Shaw got on his bike, a nice through ball, and mate, Ronaldo just, again, clinical, just like Lukaku was, clinical from Ronaldo, a brace in front of the Stretford end. It just, everything I'm sure he would have wanted a homecoming second debut to be. And then from there, we just went on, hit our straps. Bruno Fernandes put a gorgeous rock.
The best 30-yard penalty, hey, Rob?
That's what I say, 30-yard penalty, mate. Top goal scorer this year has not one penalty.
I could feel how emotionally released you felt saying that. You can say, "Here's your penalties, bang, bang, bang."
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what? Like I said, it was nice for someone like Lingard to come in and that was a really nice worked goal. I think even Martial had a really nice part, that dummy for Lingard to turn around and put it in to finish off in Fergie time. Look, man, I was very happy, but like I said, I'm still balanced. Newcastle at home, we should be beating. The score was a bit flattering, but a very good performance. 3 points, and we march on.
Yeah, and look, to me, I sat and watched the replay of this one because obviously Arsenal were playing at the same time, and you'd much rather watch a quality team.
Norwich are very enjoyable to watch.
Ronaldo coming back onto that pitch, he's just got an aura about him. I know I've said this a few times, but you could just feel that he was going to score in that game. Like the fairy tale, the script, the quality of player he was. You could see the look on Fergie's face when he scored. Like there would have been a lot of nostalgia for United fans. So he's someone, and we are going to talk very, very soon about some of the big forwards and the goal scorers in the league, and just weigh those up against each other.
Just quickly, Scott. I just love how he thinks mentally. Like he's coming to the game, and after obviously we win the game, and his mentality is, I thought I was gonna score a goal today, but I end up with 2. Just something like that. He's always got in his mind, I'm coming in, I'm gonna score. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he even said I was nervous. I had 75,000 people after coming from my homecoming, chanting my name. I wanted to deliver, and bang, 2 clutch moments, man. 2 goals to win the game. The second one was a winner. Obviously, we went on and put a couple more past it to get a comfortable win. But I just love that mentality, and it gives everyone in the team a 5-10% lift, man. And like I said, the crowd was bouncing, the feel-good factors there, and a great result.
Man, 100%. I just want to show a couple of comments from the live chat. Chris, welcome back, Chris. Nice to see you, man. Seeing the photo of CR7 teaching Lingard when he was a boy and then having them both score. Beautiful game. Yeah, and look, as football fans, this is what I love about our channel. It's not one team centric. We can come together and we can talk football about all teams and enjoy that. And there's certainly a mutual respect. Like I watched the Manchester United replay. I wanted to see Ronaldo play too, as did many others. So it was a really, really nice moment. I'll just put Tom's comment up again. If you haven't seen Tom's United content over at the United Pubcast, please check them out. I know their subs, they're getting closer to, I think, 200.
200 nearly. Help getting them, please, guys.
So jump over and help them out. Tom, if you want to chuck the link in the chat, mate, go for it. Legs are running with a good question. Welcome back, mate. Will Ronaldo deliver goals against the top sides as well? That's the burning question to me. And we'll come to you.
Why not? Why would people think he won't? That's the thing. He's been delivering everywhere he goes. Champions League for every club he's played. He's a clutch player. Everyone knows he scores in big games and big teams. So I have no reason to think he won't.
And he's not just – it's not like he only started doing it yesterday. Like he's been doing this at the top level in the top leagues for God knows how long. So, credit to him. I still don't want to see United win a title, obviously, but credit to him. Let's just have a look at some of these. I know RJ's had to jump out. That's all right. I know he'll catch up when he can. Some technical issues in our area at the moment, but our internet's staying strong, which is good. Ronaldo showing levels in the EPL at 36, whilst Messi retires at the Farmers League. Look, I've still got plenty of love for Messi too. I do think Ronaldo took the tougher move. Declared's with us. Welcome, Declared. And Legs Rooney, RJ has just jumped out. Robbie, let's quickly, because I want to talk about strikers and Champions League too. Let's look at Liverpool. Now, I know, Davide, you're in here too. I'm going to ask Robbie soon, Davide, if he thinks that Leeds are having a case of second season syndrome or if it's too soon for that. I know you're a Leeds man, so please chuck your comments in the live chat, man. We would love to see them. Liverpool had a huge result. Huge result. 3-0 against Leeds, away from home. Salah scored, Mane scored, Fabinho. What do you think? What do you think of the performance? I was shocked. I thought Leeds get on the score sheet at least.
I agree. I thought they might have got it on a score sheet, but man, I was pretty confident in a Liverpool win, man. And like I said, I don't know if it's second season syndrome or it's, they haven't had the best draw. They've come up against us. They've come up against Liverpool. Everyone's like I said, they play great attacking football all the time, and they always like to leave the back door open and leak goals. I was looking at the table before. At the moment, they're 17th on 2 points and -7 goals in negative.
Even Arsenal are above them.
Exactly. So when you look at that, like I said, I know Tom, he's in the chat as well. He always says, I don't know why Bielsa gets so much credit when every week he does continuously the same thing. He doesn't really learn from his mistakes. He just plays his same, attacking football. He leaks goals like a sieve, and everyone gives him credit for it. So, look, I'm going to give him, I think it's from this week on. I'm going to see the next 2 or 3 weeks what results they get, and then I think we can have a bit more of a better judgment. Like I said, only because they've had the United, they've had the Liverpool, they've had Everton, so they've had a bit of a hard start. And I don't think they're going to be pushing for top honours this year. So look, give them a few weeks to see how they go.
Look, for me to kind of add my thoughts to that, and now that we've lost RJ, we need you guys in the live chat to keep your comments coming. Keep the comments coming, keep the likes coming. You guys are definitely a big part of this show. To me, when I say second season syndrome, I'm not saying that I think they'll be fighting in the relegation zone. I think they'll be 12th, 13th, 14th, perhaps. But I kind of agree with Tom. I know Bielsa, everyone waxes lyrical about him, but to me, a good manager is one who can change the way that the team plays based on the opponent. Yeah, and I feel like Bielsa, it's I don't know if it's arrogance in the sense that he goes out and says, this is how we're going to play.
That's it.
Liverpool, Chelsea, Norwich, Arsenal, it doesn't matter. This is how we'll play. A little bit like Arsene Wenger used to do this as well back in the days when we were a strong team. But, yeah, I feel like they need to try something different. I'm going to put a few of Davide's comments up. He said no second season syndrome. Concierge of Crime saying Leeds play good football, but no plan B. I agree.
Exactly.
David is saying it's still too soon. It's been a super tough start, and we've been underwhelming. Declared said they wasted a lot of chances. And David again, last one on this. We absolutely buckled. Panic, patchy, too quick to look for the killer pass. Look, all I'd say is I don't think Leeds are the last team that Liverpool are going to hammer. Exactly. Liverpool are a very, very good team. So some really good comments and thoughts on Leeds. Legzarooni's asked a really good question, and it kind of moves into where I wanted to go, Rob. Looking at some of the strikers, we had Romelu Lukaku score, Cristiano Ronaldo score, Mo Salah scored. Well, all these big guys have scored, and I mean that's
not
what you
Harry
expect.
Kane.
Not Harry Kane, but I think he'll still feature in this chat. Now, for anyone that didn't catch it, last night on Down Under Football Crew, the show that we do with Miz from the other side of the coin, we had a bit of a conversation around Golden Boot. Robbie, out of those guys, does one stand out for you above the others, or do you think it's a case of they're all pretty much at this tier and they're all going to be fighting it out for Golden Boot?
I'll put it this way. I think they all definitely have a chance or will be in the race. But like I said, I think I'm going to stick with what I said from my preview before the season started. I backed Salah. Number one, I just think, he's delivered consistently every season since he's come back. Since he's been signed from Liverpool, he's hit the 20, 30, 25 goals. Like, he's been very consistent, very high. He's definitely on penalties. They create so many opportunities for him. And, he's one of those kind of, like I said, he's not even a striker, to be honest. Like I said, we know him. He comes off the right-hand side, but he's got pace. He can finish all different types of goals. That's the thing I like him in. He's very versatile. So, look, if I had to put money on it, I still think Salah could finish top goal if no one gets injured in that team, because I still think Liverpool haven't got the depth, and I still think if they get an injury or two, I think it will affect them. Even though if you look back last year, they did have big injuries, and Salah still finished quite high in the Golden Boot race. So he is a clinical finisher.
What about Ronaldo? How many goals are you expecting to see from him this season? It doesn't have to be a specific number, a range.
I think I'm not sure if he'll hit the 20 because I think our team has got goals in it. It's not just very one player reliant. But like I said to someone, I reckon he'll get about 18 goals, just under the 20 in the Premier League. I think in all competitions, I think he'll go 25 to 30 because he'll definitely be like Lukaku. He'll definitely like to bully those smaller teams, and I think he's definitely clutch in the big games. I can see him popping up and scoring a goal against a City or popping up and scoring a goal at Liverpool at Anfield. He's that kind of player. But I think our team has goals that can come from midfield, that can come from our wingers. It's just not very top one player like how Harry Kane used to be. He would get all the goals for the season, or how maybe Lukaku might be for Chelsea this season. He might be the main man. I think we have got goals in our team.
I think this year is going to be one of the tightest Golden Boot races ever in the Premier League because there are so many top-tier goal scorers. I agree with your shout on Salah. I'm a bit torn between him and Lukaku. The way Lukaku took that touch to score that goal, it was so quick. He's such a skilled player, and he can score both his feet, head. He's physical. He's technical. I can just see Lukaku banging in a whole bunch of goals.
What's the common denominator between all those three players, mate? They all had a stint in Italy, came back and turned into goal machines. That's the truth. Salah didn't cut it. He went to Italy, went to Fiorentina, went to Roma, came back and he's been an animal. Lukaku, we had him. He was always good, your Evertons, and always scored goals. He came to us, he scored goals, but it just didn't work out for United. Went to Inter, changed his game, and he's just got a lot more clinical. He's got fitter, and the same thing. Ronaldo, he's done it everywhere, but he's been the Juve top goal scorer last year in the Serie A, and he's come back, and I still think he'll deliver again this year.
Look, you know what? I like putting a bit of stick on the Serie A. It's not my favorite league, but you're speaking facts, Rob. All those guys did. Two of them also have something else in common. Both Chelsea rejects.
Yep.
Chelsea know how to keep their talent happy, that's for sure. But look at Tammy Abraham, for example. I know we're a Premier League show, but Tammy's over there now tearing it up. He's someone who'll probably come back and do it in the Premier League. So there's a few comments in there that I wanted to show. Lukaku saying Lukaku, he wishes. Declared is saying that Lukaku is getting that golden boot because he'll always be looked at for goals and it's not going to spread out as much. Yeah, good call. David agreeing with you. Tom, can't pick it, but it'd be a smart bet to say whoever wins it will also lift the title. Yeah, good shout, Tom. Could prove the difference this season. Are there any others? I mean, we spoke Salah, Lukaku, Ronaldo.
You can't count out people like Antonio's, but said it just depends on
what about
if
Harry Kane, though,
Rob? Harry Kane, I don't know, man. Harry Kane this year, I just haven't got that. He hasn't even got one yet, or has he got one? Maybe one is on.
I can't say I watch a lot of Spurs.
Yeah, well, still, it's just I don't know. Until he kind of, I don't know. That Spurs at the moment are all over the place for me. They just haven't impressed me. The whole saga with him doesn't feel like he's kind of got over it.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think he's got to just. It's going to be still a few more weeks or maybe months by the time he settles in and they start really gelling as a team and starting to score goals for Harry Kane. I don't know. I've dismissed him this year already.
Yeah. There you go. Two more and then we'll move on. Lukaku or Ronaldo for Daniel. Ben saying Bamford. Ben, I reckon that's a bit of a long shot, mate. I can't say I agree with you on that. And Legs Rooney, why the hate for the Serie A? No, not hate. I mean, I've just got limited time to watch football, and if I'm going to watch football, I'm watching the best league in the world for me, and that's the Premier League. So I'm actually a Parma fan over in Italy from back in the good old days when they were a great team. Let's move on. Your favourite time, Robbie, one of your favourite times of the year is back. Champions League football. I know you live and breathe for the Champions League. To me, like I said to you today, I almost forgot that it was starting because obviously, and I'll beat the live chat to it, before you ask who Arsenal are playing, we're clearly not in it. I've heard it all day from this guy and RJ. Let's have a look at some of these fixtures. We're not going to go fixture by fixture.
No. We'll just go through some of the big ones.
We're going to see if anything really stands out. I think Man City, Leipzig, low-key will be a really interesting match.
Yeah, and to think on that one quickly, to think that it's Messi's first time not playing for Barcelona or first time ever suiting up for another team in the Champions League. So that's a little bit of a low-key story there.
Insane.
I think Liverpool Milan, that's got a lot of history of that game, so that'll be interesting. Ibrahimovic is back. I'd love to see Ibra score a goal at Anfield or get a nice result there.
I think that'll be a good game, Robbie. That Liverpool AC. I mean, Anfield will be rocking. You'll have Zlatan there. I'm curious to see how Jurgen Klopp approaches the game. Like, is he going to go in with kind of no fear? Like, let's just go and stick it to them?
Yeah, they should have enough quality to do it. Look, Milan's building a decent team, a lot of youngsters. They've had 3 out of 3 wins in the Serie A to start the season. But I still think at Anfield, with that Liverpool team, I think they should get the job done.
Yeah. Look, I
think you've got Thursday's games up there, Borg. Have you got tomorrow's ones?
Yeah. No, I'm scrolling down. I'm just scrolling
cool.
down through everything this week. But I mean, this Group C is pretty much the Borussia Dortmund playland. Easy for them. Inter Real Madrid.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
Talk to me about it. You watch Serie A.
Oh yeah, it's a shame I had the thing because this is his other team as well. But it's funny because this is the team that 3 of these Inter, Real Madrid, and Shakhtar all were playing in the same group last year. It was just the one team that missed out. And to be honest, I don't know a lot about this new Sheffield team. I think that's their first time in the Champions League, so they'll be interesting to see what they do. But Inter, Real Madrid at the San Siro will be a good game. Obviously, Inter's lost big rom to Chelsea now, but and like I said, Real Madrid is another one of those, out of the 2 big Spanish giants in a bit of a transition season. So that could be a really close game. I don't think that could be a blowout. I know Benzema's still there and they've got a couple of core players still there, but Inter's got quite a good team still. That'll be an interesting game. Barca Bayern.
Who's your tip? Inter Real Madrid. I'm not letting you off the hook.
I didn't put that one in my multi because I'm not sure, but I'm going to go for Inter 1-0 maybe at home or an upset. If we're going to call it an upset. Yeah, I think at San Siro in front of a home crowd of, one player I always like is Edin Dzeko, man. He's another player for a number 9. He's a traditional number 9, and wherever he goes, he scores goals. He's nearly 40 as well, I think. And mate, he came in for Lukaku. They've still got Lautaro Martinez. There's got a lot of goals in that team. So yeah, I'm going to go for 1-0 to Inter maybe.
Barca Bayern, Rob, talk me through it.
I think Bayern will get this one comfortably. I did put them in my multi. That's how confident I am. And I just think that no Messi. They've lost, Griezmann. I think that was another big loss. Another transitional team. I'm not a big fan of the coach.
Memphis look good though. I mean,
Memphis is a good player. I rate him. I really like him, but I just think, I don't know. I still think it's another big transition season for them. I think Bayern. They got Lewandowski. They got, that team's got all the chemistry. I think Bayern will do them away as well. Big result for Bayern.
Yeah, big one. Your team, you're playing against young boys. A case of boys against men.
Yeah, well, I hope so. Look, a lot of people, there's been a lot of chat if Ronaldo will start or not. Me personally, if I'm Ollie tomorrow, I don't want him to start, to be honest. I think we've got... No, who knows, man? He's missed the Champions League and he might want to play, which I think is crazy, especially it's on artificial ground, this one. So, look, I think it's a good opportunity to, get the likes of, your Diego Dallo or your Donny van der Beek, people like that. We've got a lot of squad depth now. Your Lindelof could come in. I think this is the opportunity now to give some players a run. I mean, our squad team should get the job done here. So I'm happy enough to hopefully rest a few big boys for the weekend. I'm happy on a 2 or 3-0. I'll be happy with that.
A couple of comments from the live chat, Robbie. I just want to chuck up there. I knew it was coming. It was always going to come. George, welcome, George. How Brathwaite and Luke de Jong are in the Barca team is beyond me. Shows how far they've fallen.
100%. Who was it again? Someone in the live chat might think, who took Messi's 10 already? Like, you'd think they would have retired that number.
Was it Ansu Fati?
Well, Ansu Fati. Like, look, another young, really good player for the future. But, wow, you'd think they would have retired the number 10 there. And they just, handed it over like nothing.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, And I'm basing this on absolutely nothing but Football Manager experience. And anyone that plays knows how good Ansu Fati is. There's certainly big tabs on him, but I almost feel like they're doing him a bit of a disservice giving him that number because, yeah, we're showing that we have faith in you, but you're also now being given that kind of label as the man to step up in Messi's absence. And God, I'd hate to be the person having to step up for him. Yusuf Swiffers, evening Yusuf. RJ just had to drop off. The internet's been playing up in our area, so I think he's just finally given in. So hopefully Robbie and I make it through to the end. We'll see how we go. David is saying they should retire Messi's number until it's earned.
I agree.
Look, potentially, but I think if you're making that call to retire a number, it's gone then. Like that number is gone. Atalanta and Villarreal, I know very quickly on this one, Robbie. Unai Emery, he's not in his favourite competition anymore. He's not in the Europa League.
Yeah, first time in the big boy league. Look, I really rate Atalanta, man. I've talked them up a lot. Very attacking team. This could be like a 4-3. That's what Atalanta is kind of like a little bit of a Leeds of the Serie A. Really, really creative. A lot of goals in the team. Just all out attack. And like I said before, when we've done a bit of our Champions League preview, they're not there just for the sake of it for another number. They've been three consecutive seasons. They've been in the Champions League. I think it was 2 seasons ago they made it all the way to the quarterfinals and just lost to PSG in the last minute. They're a very good team. I think they could get a result away at Villarreal, even though, Emery's team always does set up defensively very sound. They've done us in the Europa League final. But I think Atalanta could, outscore them, I think.
Okay, interesting. And look, to me, Group G, I don't have really anything I want to add on that. I don't know if you do.
No, we'll fly for that.
Look, in RJ's absence, we'll talk quickly about Chelsea's Zenit. To me, I see Chelsea potentially doing similar to what United will do, maybe rotating the squad a little bit. Do you think they'll rotate or Tuchel?
No, I think they'll rotate, but I think with us as well, we'll rotate to an extent because, I know definitely with United in October, we've got a ridiculous fixture list. We've got a lot of big boys. So it's also important to get the points on the board early on. You don't want to go into match day, the last 1 or 2 match days. We always cop a Man City or a Liverpool with 1 match day to go. So I'd rather get the points now, lock them in. But yeah, I still think both teams will be able to, bring in some players and give them a bit of a run. Yeah,
look, I can see them. It's hard because the players want to play in that first Champions League game. And I think from a managerial perspective, you want to start the group stage off with a win. Like, you don't want to start the group behind. But I could see there being plenty of rotation, maybe even starting the big boys until you're in a secure position, then pull them off for a rest. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see, but I think Chelsea will do that pretty easily. Couple of comments in the live chat. George saying Villarreal now on to finish third. Ready to go on another Europa League run. Stranger things have happened. Daniel, Group G is unfair. Why are my teams versing each other? I'm low-key looking forward to Chelsea Juve. I think that'll be a great game. Absolutely great game. Declared, who would know more about Chelsea than me. Chelsea already rested players, so with 5 subs, it could be the best squad and start subbing once there's a lead.
Yeah, I agree.
Potentially. I'm thinking we might see a lot of Timo Werner. I could see them maybe putting him centrally and giving Lukaku a rest. But I'm not our resident Chelsea expert. That's RJ's job. So I'm going to leave it there before the live chat tear me up. Fantasy Premier League, Robbie. Fantasy Premier League. Not a bad week for you.
Yeah, again, I think I got 60 again. So I've been pretty consistent. I haven't used my wild card yet.
Rub it in.
No, look, out of the 3 of us, I'm going to keep trying to push and keep flying the flag for the IFT. Yeah, look, I'm hanging around. I think I'm a drop down, I think, this week to 20th. I think I did. But, I'm happy. I'm happy for now. Like I said, consistency is the key. It's a long season. It's a bit of a marathon, not a sprint. But I am thinking maybe I'm going to try and hold out my wild card to maybe the international break if I can. I rolled. I've already made my subs for this week today. To be honest, I had 2 free transfers, So a bit of a spoiler alert. I bring in especially for I got rid of Mason Mount because I heard he was going to have a bit of a price drop, and I bring in Rafinha because I do think that Leeds have a couple good fixtures incoming, and I've lost my hope with Tony up top. I got rid of him, and I've bring in for a bit of a differential. I'll bring in Jimenez from Wolves. I think they've got a bit of a good slate in a way. They got off the mark this week, so I'm going to take a chance on him, maybe bagging a couple goals over Tony.
Yeah, interesting, man. Very interesting. And I just want to say shout out to, I hope I'm saying it right, Chijoke. I think Chijoke has been at the top since it started, like from game one.
Yep.
I would love, I think time difference might be an issue there, but I would love Chijoke to be in a live chat one day, maybe come in and give us some of his tips and tricks. Ben, who's with us at the moment.
Ben being consistent.
Ben's a shark, mate. Ben, before the Fantasy Premier League season started, was messaging us for tips. And now look at him. He's stopped messaging me and RJ for tips. So I'm not sure why. Not sure why that could be. Rounding out the top five, Vivek. I'm just going to acknowledge number 4. I don't want to say someone's name wrong and upset them. And Scott Coombs. That's actually me. I just pretended to use a different surname. I'm not actually all the way down in 52nd. But I had a good week this week, 68. I was pretty happy with that. I've not made a transfer this week. I'm trying to save it to make up for some of my mistakes. I got stung by the Spurs defenders. Remember how I was running Eric Dyer?
Yeah, I know. Reguilon, yep. I think a lot of people got stung by Tottenham this week.
I got hammered.
They had red cards, had conceded 3 goals, no goals at all. So yeah, they got smashed. All the people that had Spurs.
It's a hard week. Like obviously, we make no secret of the fact that we're not Fantasy Premier League experts. We're just a couple of guys that play it and talk about it. But it's a hard one this week because I was kind of thinking, do I play? The one where you can make unlimited changes just to one week.
The free hit.
Yeah, I was thinking about it, but then there's a lot of big team clashes this week, and I know we'll get into them on Thursday night in the preview show, but I've kind of opted not to do that. I'm just going to ride out a low-scoring week. I'm not expecting much, but I want that extra sub up my sleeve because with no wild card, it's going to be tricky. A couple of comments in the live chat. Wild card Scott and RJ caught up. Oh, we've still got a long way to go, I think. Yeah, Reguilon and Dyer got Ben as well. Yeah. See, mate, don't follow my advice. Don't listen to me.
I'm just glad I didn't captain Antonio, mate. I'm sure a lot of people would have had the captain on him. He got the red card this week and he's out for next week. I am going to keep him. A lot of people are going to sub him out because I think it's only the 1-game suspension. So I'm going to drop him to the bench for a week because I still think he's got goals in him. And that 7.5 or whatever he is, I think is a bit of an asset. So we'll see what happens.
Well, Robbie, in a minute we're going to wrap this one up, but I wanted to chuck a couple of quick fires at you. And these are quick fires. I was having dinner and thinking about this one. And live chat, feel free to jump in. Are you a chicken palmy or chicken parma? One of these really annoys me. Do you call it a chicken palmy or a chicken parma?
No, I just say parma.
Oh, no.
Are you a palmy, are you?
I'm a chicken palmy, man. Yeah.
Considering that you just told us that you went for Parma back in the day, I thought we might have been a bit of a connection there.
Nah, man, not on my chicken. Not on my chicken. Chicken palmy. Another one. And these are some of the things my wife and I debate. Do you keep your tomato sauce in the fridge or in the cupboard?
Cupboard.
I'm fridge.
What about you?
Fridge.
Oh, okay.
Fridge. Chocolate, cupboard, fridge.
Fridge.
What was it? Chocolate.
Yeah, wouldn't it? Yeah, in the fridge.
No, chocolate fridge.
Wouldn't it melt anywhere else?
Mate, I'm getting smashed in the live chat. Just have a look. Parma?
Yeah, see?
What the hell is a palmy? Declared, you have a way with words, man. You're so tactful. I love it.
Palmy sounds like you've got your own adults channel, mate. Just keep it to Palmer.
It's an adult thing. We're not running an OnlyFans just yet. The cupboard for the sauce.
Yeah, cupboard for the sauce.
Chocolate in the fridge, chocolate in the fridge. There you go. Well, at least we're agreeing a little bit. And this one for you, Rob. This is the last one. If you could choose any current, any former Australian player or current to add into the Manchester United team right now, who would it be and why? Now, they may not make your starting lineup, but that's okay. But which Aussie player would you add to your team, past or present?
Oh, I don't know. Look, man, Boz is a good shout. Obviously, he was there and he won a title. He's got history of it with us. But I don't know. Like, I guess I always rate Timmy Cahill, man. Not because I just think aerially he was a great player, man. He was pretty clutch as well, especially for Australia. Come up clutch, scored goals, but aerially he was just a freak, man. He reminds me a little bit of his heading ability close to Ronaldo, man. Just great in the air. So yeah, I like Timmy Cahill, mate.
What do you think of that?
Mille? I don't know. Mille was good. Look, I'll take him over Fred, that's for sure. But I don't know if I'd be jumping on him straight away. Who else is there? Look, you know what? Bresciano. I forgot about Bresciano.
Yeah. Okay, interesting. And before I give you my answer, Davide, Chalk, you open it, you finish it. Yeah, mate. Good call. Davide would be taking Vincenzo Grella.
Yeah.
Good shout.
Another good call.
Good shout too. Good shout. Before we do wrap this up in a second, please make sure if you haven't hit the likes, hit that. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. Get your missus's phone, get your best mate's phone at work, subscribe on theirs too. We really want to hit 400. For me, it would probably be Timmy Cahill at this point.
Yeah.
Only because we cross the ball. So much of our attacking play is based on crosses. And it burns me watching crosses just float through that no one's going to get within a metre of. I think with Timmy Cahill there, the way that he would work in the air, unbelievable. So, yeah, definitely. But look, it's been a good show. We are back on Thursday night, and we are looking forward to the next match week in the Premier League. Some big clashes. We do have, I'm not going to say who yet. We have a big guest coming on next week, potentially. It's just cross your fingers for me. We've almost finalised that. But if not, we'll have the three of us back. But there should be a big guest in next week to look ahead to the North London derby. So after Burnley. We've got two more shouts. Kill to replace Sancho. Tom saying cheers to the show. Tom, thank you, mate. And we've got a few more. You might be starting something new with Palmy, a double-stacked Palmer. Love it. Davide could pick 11 players. Yeah, look, I agree. Yusuf, I know you asked if we have a UCL fantasy comp. We're not doing one this year. But if you've got one that you're in that you want us to join, just put it in the comments after the video. I'm happy to chuck one together, even though Arsenal are nowhere near it. I'm sure Robbie would jump in too. So, all right. No, the guest is not Miz. The guest is not Miz. But I would like to get Miz on one week. I'll tell you a quick funny story before we end, Robbie. Last week, and don't tell your missus. I hope she's not watching. We've obviously been in lockdown 11 weeks now, something like that, 3 months. Attempted to give my young fella, you know my little boy, attempted to give him a haircut. Thought I'd start for the Clippers. Let's just say he looks like there's one patch at the back. I started with the setting too low. I've put a line that long of just, I think it was a number 3 or a number 2 by accident. So she wouldn't let me shave the rest of his head. So my poor young fella has a massive kind of bald patch at the back of his head. And I'm just hoping no one calls docs on me for negligence because it's poor parenting, mate.
Lucky is cute, man. I'm sure everyone, it's a good deflection, his cuteness.
Thank God he takes after the missus, hey, because honestly, I wasn't talked to for maybe 3 days. I was in the doghouse, that's for sure. So all of you watching, I know there's a lot of good family men in here. Pray for me. Pray to whomever you pray to. I'm in the clear now. I'm in the clear. But you know what? This is low-key, the comment. When you think working as a barber is easy, when I see the barbers back open, I'm just going to give them the biggest COVID-safe hug and beg them to fix my mistake. I'll have to send you a picture, Robbie, after this But guys, it has been another fun show. It's been a good night. Unfortunately, we lost RJ partway through, but I know he'll be back with us hopefully on Thursday night. And we look forward to previewing the Premier League. Robbie, any final thoughts?
Look, another good show. Thanks to the live chat. I'm going to bed. I've got a 2:30 wake up. Unfortunately, we got the early kickoff for Champions League, so 2:30 wake up for me tomorrow morning to start the day off because I've got obviously United Young Boys and then back it up. I think Juve's at 5 and then straight to work. So big day for me tomorrow.
You're a machine, mate. You know what I'll be doing? Sleeping.
Yeah,
I'm just going to sleep and enjoy it. But thank you, live chat. You've honestly made the show much more fun. Thank you for liking. Please share it around. We want to hit 400 with you guys here. Have a good night, everyone. We will see you back on Thursday night. Don't be late, 8:30 p.m. See you later.
Have a good one.